Zombie stories are terrifying, but most people feel safe knowing that zombies themselves aren't real. But could a day come where a new medical technology runs out of control and starts turning unsuspecting people into zombie-like creatures? Or perhaps an airborne virus that turns us all into mindless cannibalistic monsters? Well, our government seem to think so. A few years ago, the Centre for Disease Control launched a zombie preparedness initiative that drew significant attention. The Department of Defense followed suit and developed an entire training course intended for the Joint Operational Planning and Execution System. The Complete Response Plan, called Conplan AAA, was recently declassified, and it's just as weird and creepy as you might imagine. The Black Vault posted 2 documents retrieved from the NSA using the Freedom of Information Act. The purpose of the plan, according to the United States Strategic Command, was to use a fictional scenario to prepare for a real-world emergency. A quote from the document states that the training focused on how to undertake military operations to preserve non-zombie humans from the threats posed by a zombie horde. Another quote states that because zombies pose a threat to all non-zombies, the United States Strategic Command will be prepared to preserve human life and conduct operations in support of maintaining the human population. In the documents there is reference to a threefold plan, which includes the neutralization of zombies through denial, deception, disruption, degradation and destruction. Though with the exception of destruction, it is unclear what is meant by these terms with regards to fighting zombies. Now, I think we've all watched enough zombie movies to know that there isn't just one kind of zombie. Conplan AAA categorizes different classes of zombies. Pathogenic zombies. These are zombie life forms created after infection by a viral or bacterial contagion. Radiation zombies. These are zombie life forms created after infection by electromagnetic or particle radiation. Evil magic zombies. What? Yes, evil magic zombies, which are zombie life forms created by occult experimentation or evil magic. Space zombies. These are zombies that come from space and are created by extraterrestrial toxins. Weaponized zombies. These are zombie life forms engineered through biomechanical technology for the purpose of attacking another nation. Symbiont-induced zombies. These are life forms created after the introduction of symbiont life form into the otherwise healthy host. And last but not least, vegetarian zombies. These are zombie life forms that cause no threat to humans because they only eat plant life. Although this could cause massive deforestation or eliminate basic food crops essential for humans such as rice, corn and soybeans. Now, all of this may seem like a bit of a joke, and perhaps the plan was created because of a paranoia induced by our society's pure fascination with the idea of a zombie outbreak. But the United States is not the only country preparing for a zombie apocalypse. Back in 2012, the British government announced that they believe that they have worked out the best way to cope with one. The plan states that in the event of an apocalypse brought about by an army of zombies, civil servants would coordinate the military's effort to return England to its pre-attack glory. The Ministry of Defence would not lead efforts to plan for such zombie attack or deal with the aftermath because that role rests with the Cabinet Office, which coordinates emergency planning for the government. Details about the authority's surprising level of readiness for a zombie onslaught emerged in a response to an inquiry from a member of the public, to which the Ministry of Defence replied, "In the event of an apocalyptic incident, e.g. zombies, any plans to rebuild and return England to its pre-attack glory would be led by the Cabinet Office, and thus any pre-planning activity would also take place there. The Ministry of Defence's role in any such event would be to provide military support to the civil authorities, not to take the lead." Last year, Leicester City Council was forced to admit that it had no specific preparation for dealing with a zombie invasion, although the local authorities stressed that certain aspects of its emergency plan would apply to any disaster. Although, when asked, Bristol City Council appeared to be extremely well prepared in the event of a zombie outbreak. A senior official replied with a copy of a top-secret internal strategy document setting out how the council would respond to a zombie pandemic. The senior official said that council staff were told to listen out for code words in radio and television broadcasts to warn them that an attack was underway, and given health and safety advice on the correct way to kill a zombie. It was also said that Bristol City Council had ordered suitable equipment for tackling zombies. Equipment included cuffs, stun guns, protection suits, etc. Bristol City Council are literally militarising themselves in preparation for a zombie outbreak. So, although I may have made all of this zombie apocalypse preparation sound like a bit of a joke, How likely would a zombie outbreak actually be, and how serious is the threat? Should we all be preparing for a zombie apocalypse? Well, here's what science says. When talking about the possibility of a zombie outbreak, we have to be clear about what kind of zombie we are talking about. Dying and coming back to life is not so likely, but a virus that induces zombie-like qualities of rage and the need to eat human flesh, hypothetically, yes. Scientists say that the main factor involved is finding a virus specific to the brain areas for these symptoms, whilst leaving other areas intact. Viruses can enter the body and affect cells in many ways, but we're going to focus on the neurons. These are some of the longest cells in our bodies and can transport molecules and proteins across the entire body. Many viruses such as rabies take advantage of something called retrograde axonal transport to travel from their entry point to where they want to be. In the case of rabies, the virus can enter anywhere and slowly make its way to your brain or central nervous system, and many viruses work in the same way, but the only difference being which neurons they're specific to. This zombie virus would have to use specific neurons to affect particular parts of the brain to induce a zombie state, without damaging the entire brain. But although this sounds unlikely, it just so happens that the olfactory nerve, which is in your nose, leads directly to some of the areas that could cause zombified effects, and would leave other areas of the brain intact. Specifically, it leads to the ventromedial hypothalamus, which tells you that you are full, the amygdala, which controls emotion and memory, and the frontal cortex, which is responsible for problem solving, morality, and inhibiting compulsive action. Essentially, transmitting a virus through the olfactory nerve could create very hungry, aggressive, brain-dead beings that can't recognise their family and friends or control their own actions other than to eat. To me, this sounds a lot like a zombie, so whilst the picture of a rotting, invincible zombie may be less than likely, with the right virus, a form of zombie could certainly be possible. So, are you prepared for a zombie apocalypse? What would you do? Where would you go? How would you survive? Let me know in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, it would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with our weekly videos. Also, keep in touch on all of our social media sites, the links are down below. See you next time.